know that the rest of the country sees this.
Woo! We're proud of you! Us! Everyone!
Turn around, Michael! I want to have your baby, Michael!
Stay away from me.
My baby.
I'm second. Only in Denver! Only in Denver! Mic check!
I want you to know that not only are you not alone, the people across this country who now support this movement, you've seen the polls, right?
Yes.
That the National Journal poll, 59% of the American public supports the goals and the aims of the Occupy Wall Street movement. 59%. You know, I mean, this movement is only 6 weeks old. Those of you who are my age and older, if you remember the other movements, when the Civil Rights Movement was 6 weeks old, it didn't have 59% of the American people behind it. When the women's movement began, it did not have 59% of the American people behind it. When the gay rights movement began, it did not have 59% of the American people behind it. You already have 59%.
We're gonna win!
So, it's ours to mess up, isn't it? Right?
Right?
You know, the hard part in any movement is trying to convince people to come along with you. The people are already with us. How did that happen? How did this get organized so fast? Well, it's because now we have some very skillful and effective organizers. I would like to give you their names. Jeffrey Sharp.
Yeah, right.
Organize this because they got too greedy.
Yes.
For many years, we were willing to tolerate just plain old greedy. We didn't like it, but we didn't do anything about it. And I guess that sent the wrong message to them. I guess it told them that, wow, they're not doing anything about this greed. Let's do some more greed. And they kept taking and taking and taking. And they kept trying to figure out new ways to make life miserable for people who just wanted a roof over their heads. For people who just wanted to see a doctor when they got sick. For students who just wanted to go to school. Without having a debt on their back at 22 years old. And they kept thinking, this is how we do it. We screw people out of their homes. We don't let them go see a doctor. Or if they have insurance, let's make sure we don't pay the bill. Let's make these students servants at 22 years old.
Exactly!
Slaves to the debt that we've put on their backs. It's wage slaves, that's right. You know, historians, I believe, that's what they're going to call us. They're going to call us all wage slaves because we had to do this in order to get by just for the basic essentials of survival. We had to go along and tolerate this injustice. And you know, they just kept their boot on the necks of the American people for 5 minutes too long. You have to believe that the bankers and the Wall Street hedge fund guys are thinking tonight, hell yeah! Shit! Overplayed our hand! Yes! We should have just been happy with 5 mansions! And 3 yachts!
The gig is up.
And 6 summer homes! Why couldn't I have just been happy with 6 summer homes? Now they're occupying the entire damn country! I want to tell you. Hang on. I want to say that the guys who are with me here are dressed kind of nice. If you've read my book, these are ex-Special Forces guys.
Keep you safe.
Yes, these are veterans who are here to keep me safe for all the obvious reasons.
Because you're more important than Obama.
So let me just say what I wanted to say here. That I know a lot of us keep saying we're not going to win because they've got the money. They buy the politicians. All right, just hang on, sir.
Mic check.
Everybody hang on. They buy the politicians, and this is true. They buy the Republicans, they buy the Democrats. But the Democrats are a little cheaper. But they're all at the same trough. And the trough has to be taken away from them.
Let's stop the
If
Fed!
that doesn't happen, then we're not going to be able to fix this. Corporations are not people. Somebody said that until Texas executes a corporation, I will not say. But here's my point that I want to make. Even though they've got the money,
Fuck them!
you know, Martin Luther King knew that the sheriffs had more dogs, had more hoses, had more guns. Didn't matter. It didn't matter. The women who started the early feminist movement in the 1800s who thought women should have the right to vote. Imagine what they were up against. They wanted an amendment passed to the Constitution, and not a single woman would get the vote on that amendment.
Thank God for all you women.
A huge mountain. How are we ever going to get over that mountain? Because only men can vote. And yet they did it. Nobody did it. We have no votes. We have no votes. How are we going to get the right to vote? We have no votes. How are we going to have civil rights? They've got the gun. How are we going to get civil rights? Don't fall into the trap of saying they've got the money, they buy these elections. Yes, of course, but they don't have one thing. And that's the Constitution of the United States still says one person, one vote. When you close that curtain at the voting booth, their hand is not on your hand. And the richest 400 Americans who own more than 150 million Americans combined.
Wow.
They must, I'm sure they feel really good that they can buy any politician. But when it comes to election time, they only have one vote per person. There are only 400 votes We are 150 million. We're 200 million.
We're 30,000 million.
That we have the power. The power is now in our hands.
Oakland.
But it's not just about elections. It's not just about voting. You know, I was on the other night. He was asking, well, what candidates are you guys going to get behind?
No. Help wanted. Help wanted.
We will not be co-opted. What Senate bill? What Senate bill are you going to get behind? And I said, Anderson. It's a guy with two last names. Anderson. I said, Anderson. This vote, you're trying to think the old way. Everybody here has worked for candidates, has voted, has gotten behind bills, has written to their members of Congress. And what did that get us?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
That doesn't mean that we're not going to vote. Doesn't mean that we're not going to get behind bills.
That's right.
But you're missing the point of this movement.
He's
This
a
is
Vanderbilt.
not about politicians. This is about the people.
Yes.
This is about the people saying, you, the politicians, serve us. You are there, the will of the people. You will no longer serve the 400. You will be removed. Do not let this movement be co-opted by politicians, political parties, anybody with an agenda or whatever. Everybody is an equal in this movement.
Yeah!
Everybody is a participant in this movement. I'm not
Occupy movie.
making an Occupy movie.
Occupy movie.
Mike
I think, is it okay to say that I've been making Occupy movies for 20 years?
Step it up.
So now, can I just be one citizen who's one of tens of millions of citizens who are part of this movement? I'm honored that you invited me to speak here today. In New York, I just stand in the General Assembly along with everyone else. I wait my turn and I use the human microphone. Come back with this device. But I'm grateful that you gave me this time to say a few words and to hopefully give you some hope that you're on the right track. You've got the American people behind you. The people who think this is going to fail, they think the winter is going to kill it. That's not going to happen.
We love you.
And when they say, well, where's this going?
Some sleeping bags, Mike.
Let's get the fence!
It's going to Washington. It's going to Philly. This is
Idaho.
When they say, why aren't you occupying D.C. or Congress? The answer is, those people in that building are the employees of Wall Street.
That's
Why
right.
don't we waste our time with the middleman?
Yeah!
Big
We're
rocks.
taking this to the source.
Yeah!
We're taking this to corporate America. We are taking this to corporate Colorado.
Yeah!
That is what this movement is about.
String them up.
Oh, string them up, baby.
We're not going to put Band-Aids on the problem. We are going to the core of the problem, and we are going to fix it permanently for our children and our grandchildren. A man is holding a sign back there that says economic democracy, not corporate capitalism. That is exactly right. We cannot call this a democracy if we do not have direct say over how this economy runs and functions.
Let's get the fence!
I just
Buy one, get two free.
That's very good, but you know what? This movement, let me tell you.
Mic check!
Let me just say this. Hang on, let me just finish.
Let him speak! Mic check!
Because your mic works louder than my mic has, and I've been here every day. So shut
Woo! Let him talk! Let him talk! Moving on!
About this woman that I've been in Oakland for a couple of days here this past weekend. Please be mindful of people who try to create divisions, people who try to put wedges, provocateurs who try to start violence, because there's a long history, young people, you may not know, of how police and undercover police and now undercover Homeland Security people are in most of these occupations. No, they want. Well, they want to ignite something to give them the reason to act violently against you.
Yeah!
If you see any person who says they're a member of this group trying to behave in a violent manner, you must surround that person with love and stop them. Protect yourself, because those in power are scared shitless about what you're doing. And they should be, and they will find a way to try and make this something other than it isn't. Don't let that happen. Let this thing grow and build. Welcome people here. People who can't camp here, have them come to the Saturday rallies. This Saturday, people who got their checking accounts at Chase or Citibank or Bank of America, we're moving them into credit unions.
Yeah.
There's 100 different things people can do other than just camping. So please encourage people to do whatever they can do.
Yeah!
Now they tell me I have to go. So I you have really
I don't have that flexibility I used to have. Oh, hi. That's it.
Yeah, my knees really suck.
You happy?
I like that one.
Like more.
I gotta.
I really think everybody can tell what I'm done.
Oh yeah.